Hello, I'm Amy Johnston. I'm a solicitor in the dispute resolution team at Stephensons Solicitors. I'm being contacted by more and more clients suffering with Japanese knotweed in their gardens and properties. It can cause damage to foundations, can cause damage to gardens, and also can seriously affect a person's ability to obtain a mortgage on a property. The effects therefore can be extremely serious.
Just listened to the BBC News one particular morning, and they were talking about this menace, this weed, Japanese knotweed, and then I realised that's what's growing behind me. And this was sort of the weed from hell, basically. You couldn't just say, oh well, I'll just pull it out as it comes through, because once you've pulled it out, it's classed as controlled waste, so you can't throw it anywhere. You've got to burn it. It's a menace, an absolute menace. And so that was my main concern. It was damage and of course devaluation. I'm not getting any younger, and it's taken all these years to make that, a nice little sheltered garden, and the money, the plants that have been put in, and the mature plants now, and to replace those, that would have been a costly business, and the time and the effort. When I came to renew my mortgage, when I said there was knotweed on the land, said, well, you've got your mortgage, but were you to sell it, we wouldn't give anybody a mortgage on your property. Living on my own, you're having to deal with these things on your own. You can talk to your friends, but they don't know any more than you do. I wrote, yes, and made phone calls. It made no difference. They ignored the letters, and the phone calls had just said, it's not our land. But eventually, when court proceedings were issued, they put their hands up and said, oh yes, it is our land. Well, I would have never been able to get them to admit that. They'd just, what tools do you have on your own to sort this kind of thing out? You haven't. You've got to resort to the legal people. They took everything out of my hands, and it was a weight off my shoulders. Amy got me the compensation, and they're covering. They have to cover the legal costs, my legal costs, so that my insurance company isn't footing the bill. An independent company who deal with this particular problem will come now for 3 years and treat the weed, and then after the 3 years, there's an insurance policy in place that covers it for 10 years should there be any reoccurrence, and that is a big relief. It's reassuring that if it does happen again, I've got some protection. But it's been a good result for me. But I could never have done it without Stephensons. I would be lost.